Hello there guys, what's up? This is Nathan. Today I'm going to be explaining to you the history of the Hammond H-100. So, obviously you see right in front of you, this is the Hammond H-100. Now the story of this organ begins in the early 1960s. Hammond was suffering a problem with their main flagship organ, the B3. It had not changed within the last few years of its production run, so they wanted to replace that with a new organ that would be the new flagship and the most expensive organ in the line. So they asked the American Guild of Theatre Organists and a whole bunch of organ players what would they want to see in their ultimate Hammond organ. Well, some features that made it into the H-100 made it into its replacement, the X66. So I'm going to show you some of those unique features and I'll explain what they are. So now, if you're wondering what that was the dual vibrato scanners. So, every Hammond organ has what's called a vibrato scanner, which is a piece of equipment that essentially adds vibrato to the organ. So, this organ in particular has two of them, which means that you can get a Celeste effect and then when you let go of the kick switch, it'll give you a Leslie-like effect. Obviously, this was Hammond's answer to the Leslie speaker, which was a very common item associated with Hammond organs like the A-100, the B3, the C3, D-152, RT3, and, well, Lawrence Hammond, the guy who invented the Hammond organ, hated the Leslie speaker, and he hated how it sounded with his organs. Now, like other Hammond organs, this one has split vibrato. Or, and I'll show that in context. Now you notice, this organ also has very unique percussion sounds. vibrato scanners was one of the features that made it onto the Hammond X66. And now, I'm going to show you the unique percussion sounds of the H-100. So we have the chimes. Not really a chimey thing. Then we have a glockenspiel. Then we have a guitar. Not a guitar at all. A marimba. And then we have a xylophone. Then we have a banjo. And then we got the harp sustain. Funnily enough, the harp sustain sound would actually be repurposed on the X66 by use of the arpeggiator strip. So there was a strip mounted between the two manuals that if you played a chord, it'll do this weird thing, whereas it's like, it'll do that, or if you go the other way, it'll do that, which is a very interesting feature. And of course, the H-100 also has a reiterate feature. So if I get rid of the second voice, this feature also made it into the X66. Of course, it was only on the percussion sounds, but that's really cool. So on a H-100, you get your standard 9 drawbars. Let me just... Okay, that drawbar entirely is missing. And then you get these 2 mixture drawbars. And if you combine them, for example here, got the percussion sounds. So if you combine these two with that, so the H-100 was also used in baseball. So if you recognize this sound, that's most likely a H-100. So Let's do that. Get on the second voice. Now that we've explained a lot of the different features of the H-100, let's hear them in context. Now I'm going to play you an organ line from an original song that I sort of wrote for Sino. Okay, let's do this. Gotta remember it, so that way you can hear the H-100's very unique features in a song context. And that's the unique features and sounds of the H-100. So these organs had a production run from 1965 to 1970. It's unknown how many are still left, but it's a sweetheart of an organ, and if you do see one, grab it. Because sure, there are Hammond purists out there that are like, oh, I want a B3, I want a C3, or an A100, or a D152, or an RT3. But I say, get yourself a maligned model, such as a H-100, an E-100, an X66, an X77, sorry, B200, B300, B400, or even the Aurora Classic. Even though they might not be the most popular Hammonds, they'll still have the unique sound that is only associated with the Hammond organ. So, unlike a regular Hammond organ, this one here, as we recapped before, has 96 tone wheels, dual vibrato scanners, and an expanded percussion section, as well as string bass on the pedals, which of course mine really needs some servicing on. And it's also got spring reverb like a regular Hammond, so this is without it. With reverb 1, reverb 2, reverb 3. Of course, I prefer having it on reverb 3 because that's how the H-100 is best remembered. But like other Hammond organs, it's also got its preset keys. So I'm going to demonstrate a couple of preset sounds that I like. So we got Dulciana 8 on the lower, and the full tibia on the upper. If I switch to string accompaniment on the lower, so you get that really neat string sound. Then you full accompany it. Or tibias. Sounds like a video game, but then if you bombard it, then you got your two drawbars. You got your accompaniment drawbars on your B preset. Then on your upper, you have your full theatre brass. Then you got your B flat preset. That's the unique sound of the H-100 in a context. Now, I know that the H-100 is normally used for theatre organ stuff, but I feel like it has a potential to be featured on a rock and roll record or something like that. I mean, sure, it's not a regular Hammond organ, but it's got some neat stuff about it. Now, my favourite part about the H-100 is its really low bass. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay safe out there, hey?